Hi, everyone. Let's see if I'm unmuted. I am. Great. Welcome, everyone, and happy Friday. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you last week. I ended up with a migraine. So that is why I did not get back to you. So we're going to be on tonight for just about an hour. I have an exciting new schedule I'm going to be sharing with you. You can see my horse here. She wants to join us. That's Aspen. She's the one whose eye we have been helping to heal. Mwah. So I have an exciting new schedule coming about starting next week. We're going to be doing Angels in Action on Mondays, where we really focus on readings, but also working closely with your angels and your spirit guides. You guys will see that I will have this posted on my Larkin Psychic Medium page, which you can like and follow down here. And then on Wednesdays, we will have lessons and learning with Larkin, just like we always do, our regular readings and lessons and learning from Spirit. And then on Fridays, I've decided to add that to Veronica's pages as well. So those of you that join us here can partake in that. And that's going to be Furball Fridays. And that will be only for animals. That'll be just about nature and animals. So we will do animal readings and mediumship, animal communication there, and answer your questions about animals and their consciousness and all that great stuff. Okay. So anyway, for those of you who don't know, my name is Larkin. I'm a lifelong intuitive psychic medium from the United States. I'm also an animal communicator. And you'll notice I have my Powerful Choices page posted down here as well. For the last 15 years, I have been a mindset mentor, manifesting coach, and transformational specialist. And, that being said, guys, your spirit team, which is your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones, your teachers in spirit, your animal guides, they are all part of your spirit team. They are all here to help you. You're part of your spirit team too. They're here to help you in this world on a very down-to-earth, tangible level. They're actually here to help you manifest. They're here to help you transform. That's one of the reasons you're here. So for those of you that think, well, readings and mindset work and neuroscience are mutually exclusive, they're really not. They work hand in hand, side by side. And that's the really down-to-earth aspect of what you're working with spirit. So I want to throw that out there because it's time for readings to evolve and not just be a place where people go and they vent their emotions and they look for answers that they want. It needs to be a place where you guys can hear that spirit is giving you instruction, because you're the one that has to make the choices and take the action. And we're in a world where people don't want to take responsibility. And it's very easy when you go to a psychic medium or a reader to dump the responsibility on spirit or on the reader and to place blame and to not take responsibility for your part. But here's the kicker: if you do that, you won't get results, and you won't feel better, and you won't be empowered, and nothing's going to change and get better. And that's just the truth. Okay. So if you really want things to feel better, if you want more love and abundance and success and joy and health and wealth and all that, if you want to be a powerful manifester, if you want to feel more confident, if you want to have better relationships, if you want to figure out what you think your life purpose is, then you have to end up taking responsibility. And so please, at least while you're here for my hour of readings, understand, thank you guys for the hearts and the thumbs up, not because I want it, but because it helps more people find, online psychic readings here. Okay. It helps more people find help. So thank you guys. Helps more people see this. It is important that you guys you have to take your power back. You can't just sit and wait for things to happen for you. And I think the mistake we make with readings is, again, we shuck the responsibility off. What does spirit tell me to do? What does that reader say? And then we can blame something outside of ourselves. But the only way to truly feel better and to be better and to live better and to get what you quote unquote want, I do not like that word at all, is to take radical responsibility and to reclaim your power. Hi, Kira. Welcome. Hi, Alicia. Erica, excuse me. So just please understand that that's one of the messages from Spirit today, as they always ask me to stall before I start readings and to give people a message from Spirit, because Spirit knows who is going to be on every live and they know who's going to watch the replay. So they know what you guys need. Okay. And that is my one and only task here, is to do what Spirit is asking me to do and to be a vehicle for Spirit. Okay. Hi, Kaweezy. Welcome. So just please know, guys, if you want things to change and get better, you have to actively participate in your readings. You bring your spirit team with you, your loved ones with you. You bring your energy with you. So when I'm reading or a reader is receiving things for you from Spirit, we're getting that from you and your spirit team. Okay. And sometimes they'll say to me, this person isn't going to understand this. Go ahead and share this, but they're not ready. But a lot of times Spirit just will leave that out. If there's something you want to know and you don't understand and you're not going to get it, Spirit's not going to put me in that position when I have a bunch of people to read for, where I have to try to convince you that you're not ready for what they want to tell you. So if you go to a reader and you don't like what they say, and you don't believe it, which, believe me, I have coaching clients too. They do this all the time. Please, Larkin, if anybody can do this, you can. And then as soon as they don't say what they want, they're gone, ghosted, bye-bye. That's okay. But understand, that's your choice. And Spirit knows. So Spirit might only give the reader what they know you are going to take and process. Because at least in my readings, Spirit always gives you a call to action. So if you're on here today, please make sure, maybe you have a drink, maybe you have incense, maybe you have background music and crystals. Make sure you're setting yourself up for success today. If you do not get called on, and I will go where Spirit guides me to go, okay? If you do not get called on, that does not mean you're not getting messages. So pay really close attention to everybody's lesson and message, because there could be messages in there for you. Maybe Spirit's like, look, this lady's really got to hear from her dad. And Spirit pushes this person's father forward. And so you don't get your reading. But there's a message in his reading for you. Maybe a specific sentence for you. Don't miss that. That's your call. So you guys you're going to get the most out of this as engaged as you are. Okay. All right. And please understand, guys, if you're just, I love you. Please do comment and participate as much as possible. But if you just are in the middle of somebody else's reading, you're just like trying to get my attention for your reading. I'm not going to stop somebody else's reading and jump over to your reading. I'm going to go where Spirit shows me. I'm going to star. I'm very organized in the way I do this. I know it looks like I'm not, because I get all scattered when I'm jumping around talking to Spirit, but I have a system for this. And I follow what Spirit's telling me. So if I don't call on you, it's not personal. Veronica has the best readers I've ever seen in here. So if you don't get a reading with me, you'll get a reading with somebody. If you want a private reading, or you want to follow me more, or you want coaching or a free discovery call, my pages are in here. Okay. All right. Melvina, what a beautiful name. Kayla, Kim, great to see you again. I am well. I had a migraine, which is why I didn't get back to you guys before. I'm so sorry. So I'm feeling great today because my migraine's over. Let's see. At KR 5036, welcome. Carrie Smith, Trisha Ann, Presh, hello. Andrea Reese, good to see you. Let's see if I missed anybody. Susan Robin, Lou O'Connor, great to see you. Welcome, welcome. Make sure I got everybody on here. Okay. So guys, I'm not going to be doing a 3-hour one tonight. I'll be on for about an hour because I have to be somewhere this evening, but I'm so happy to be on here with you guys. And don't forget to check my Psychic Medium page, because I'm going to be on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays doing readings, and I'll have my schedule posted up there this weekend. Also, Meet Your Spirit Guides is May 30th. There's a couple spots left. So if you want to meet your spirit guides and get to know how to work with them, make sure it's free, Make sure you guys email at larkinsreadings@gmail.com, or you private message me for that spot because I have limited spaces. Okay. Kayla Fetter, great to see you. Hey guys, when you pop on, tell me where you're listening from, because we have people listening from all over the world and it's so much fun. Let's see. It's an awesome experience. Kira, yes, it is. Now, Kira, make sure you keep working with that. Kira just did the last month's Meet Your Spirit Guides, but guys, here's the kicker for Meet Your Spirit Guides. You can't just come and then that's it. You have to apply it. You have to keep applying it. You have to build your relationship with your spirit guides just like you do other people. Okay, so got to keep going. All right, UK, Lou O'Connor, great. South Wales, Andrea, I'm part Welsh. How exciting. Erica, Grand Rapids, no way. I have a client there. That's great. Hull, Trish Ann, welcome. I miss being in the UK so much. Let's see. Oh, Kawizi, your mom is very sick, but she's home now. Oh my gosh. Love and prayers. I'm so glad she's home. What a blessing. That is great. Listening from Maine at KR. Great. Ah, Kayla, Birmingham, UK. I'm listening from Aikido, Berkeley, California. I'm an Aikido instructor. Oh, Kayla, I know, I recognize your name. It's so great to see you on here. Kayla, if you ever listen to my Powerful Choices lives, I talk about Aikido nonstop. The Art of Peace is literally my Bible. And I use it on every level of my life. I follow Marehi Yushaba like you could not believe. And so it's sort of funny. I don't mention it a lot in here because people can't relate to it, but I use Aikido incessantly in my coaching. So it's an honor to have another. I have 3 Aikido people that I know of that listen to my lives. So it's great. I actually had one do my Meet Your Spirit Guides as well. All right, Shannon, hi from England. I am well. Wonderful. Oh, good. We have somebody asking about dogs. Okay, hold on. Let me get to you. So, guys, starting next week, this live will be Furball Fridays. So we will talk about animals and nature only, animal and plant readings and communication. And then if you want the other readings, you'll have to come on Mondays and Wednesdays for those other ones. Okay. All right. So, let's see. Yes, absolutely, Kawizi. Your dad is always very close and there with your mom. Absolutely. Okay. Let's see. Kayla says, how wonderful that you know about Aikido. I've been practicing since the age of 9, 52 years. Awesome. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, unfortunately, when I moved to Scotland, I sort of bopped out of it. I had started when I was 19, but I've been doing a lot of martial arts before that. Sorry, guys, I got to throw this out there. For those of you that don't know what Aikido is, look it up. It's just, there are no words for what Aikido is. Everyone should be doing Aikido. And then I did it in Glasgow, Scotland, when I moved over to Scotland there. But Aikido put together for me, I had done about 15 to 17 different other martial arts. And Aikido made sense of, sorry, my horse got with the treat bag. Sorry, guys. Horse treats, anyone. Once I did Aikido, it made sense of so many other things for me. All my other martial arts started to make sense. So it's pretty amazing. All right. Let's see. So guys, I am going to go ahead and do the animal readings as well. I always do animal readings when I do regular readings. Furball Friday wasn't supposed to start till next Friday, but that's fine. I'll do whatever's on here. There's a lot of beautiful Aikido in Scotland. Makes me so happy that you practice. Oh yes. Decades. It's wonderful. Thank you for being here, Kayla. It's an honor. Actually, I'm honored every time I have an Aikido practitioner in here. Okay. So let's go back and do this one first here. All right. Hi, I'm from England. I hope you're well. Do you have anything from, let's see, me would love to know my dog is okay. He went in an awful way. My horse is distracting me. She's very hungry. Okay, guys. So, yeah. So I'm going to I'm going to use your reading with your dog as I'm connecting with your dog, Shannon, and I'm going to also hopefully help others with this as well. First of all, animals do have souls, just like we do. They're different. We're all one, right? They are a different energy of a soul. So you don't have as a lot of people think, well, you work your way up, to humans. That's not true. We're all equal souls, but we're different souls. We have a human collective, a canine collective, a feline collective, and then we have the individuals. And the individuation of non-human souls is a little bit different in how they work with their collective than it is with ours. But they do also, just like we do, they can choose when they come into this world and when they don't. Now, typically when they come into this world, they're reminding me and saying, make sure I share this now. A lot of times they will come in as a collective. As you can tell, we have litters and things like that. So they often incarnate in more as a collective, but they'll choose to separate and return into what we call non-physical as individuals. And, there are so many reasons for that. And so, first of all, please know that every soul, human or non-human, is always safe. Okay. Always safe and always okay. I have never known a non-human soul to cross over and not be okay. Now, the same is true for human souls. However, if in this world you have committed atrocities and you have really built up your karma and you have a lot to learn, there will be some stipulations and lessons on the other side and in reincarnations for those human souls. Non-human souls, because they are not egoic, they don't have the human ego. Prefrontal cortex is connected to that egoic self here in this world on a physical plane, on a neurological plane, but in the spirit world, cats and dogs, I'll use that because those are the ones we interact with the most, are horses too, but let's say cats and dogs are they're so pure. They're pure God conscious energy, right? They're pure source energy. They don't have that egoic self. They do have the identity relation, but they don't have that egoic self. So when your dog crossed over, there was, now I'm going to share what your dog experienced, but I'm also going to share in general. They don't have the same adjustment as like we do, right? They're like, we're here, and then we're here. Oh, here we are. We're still us. Okay. So your dog still identifies as your dog. Okay. And there isn't a sadness of loss. There's a concern for your regret and your questioning how things happen. Were there things you could have done? Were there things you could have changed? Did you give the support that was needed? Could you have prevented things or prolonged life? And the answer that I'm getting back resoundingly from your sweet canine is no. No. And it's because there are things that are in our control, Shannon, and there are things that no matter what we do are not. And part of those things are for our lessons and our learning. And what I'm seeing as is the biggest concern that the soul of your dog has right now is that you find peace. Know that the moment of transition, there was no more, there was no pain and suffering. There was freedom. There was joy. There was laughter. There was bouncing around. There was barking. And there was a pack. Let me scroll down here. There was a pack. Okay. So your, some dogs are greeted by angelic beings, their human or feline loved ones, other non-human animals, and other canines. yours was also greeted by an entire pack. Hi, Natalie Dunn. Welcome. And I'm seeing this pack, Shannon, is a whole variety of dogs. I mean, I see big, hairy, woolly dogs. I see little tiny like Chihuahua dogs. I see dogs of a whole variety. And this can mean several things. It's usually a combination of canines that they've known incarnated here in this world and those that are in their soul family on the other side. And they're always, I mean, canines will always be greeted by other canines in my experience because they're pack animals, right? They're a very strong and loving collective, loyal collective. But they're usually also greeted by, animal angels and other animals that they have known as well. But the biggest thing is, please don't worry. Know that there is nothing but feel good, joy, love, play. There's nothing to forgive. You did everything you could. And please know that you were chosen. You were chosen to be the pet mom for a reason. Okay? Nothing can happen without your permission. So when you and your fur babies come into this world, guys, you all agree and give permission, even when they're suffering. And believe me, I know how you feel. I have situations that blew out of control for me, things I didn't even know were going on that always haunt me. And I can communicate with my animals on the other side. They still haunt me because we're human. We have a nervous system. We have memories. We relive things, right? And this is why it's so important to get control of our mind and our brain, okay? One of the things that your precious dog wants to thank you for, first of all, is a loving, secure, and joyful life and home. And also for rushing to their aid as quickly as possible. As soon as you knew what you thought you could do, I'm being shown that you took action to try to do the best that you could. And there are just simply things you couldn't have known. I will throw in there that I think it's going to be decades before veterinary medicine gets to a point where you take your dog in and you know something's wrong and you have an amazing vet and they do blood work and they do x-rays and they tell you nothing's wrong. And the next week your dog is struggling and suffering and you found that they had something horrible. And I find this happens all the time. I can't tell you how many times it's happened with my animals. It is very, very difficult to go through that. And what I can say for people moving forward in the future with your pets is be over vigilant. Follow your intuition. Ask for things that maybe aren't necessary if you can afford it. Learn from the past and take action on that. Find vets you are very, very comfortable with that you can tell them no, or you can disagree with them and they will follow your intuition and not just tell you that you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. And listen to you, that are willing to investigate for you. Okay. Because even when people come to me with animals and they're like, what's wrong? Is there something wrong with my animal? There are levels of things the animals are aware of, but they also have a different level of consciousness and a different type of intelligence going on, right? They have a lot of forms of intelligence that we have cut off and we don't use and we don't even have. So we have the intellectual intelligence that, yes, they may not have, but they have forms of intelligence we don't know. And a lot of times they have this knowing, okay, I'm only going to be in this world so long. And they're okay with that because there's no separation for them. They're here and then they're here. But I'll close, Shannon, by saying your precious pooch was, is still with you. When you feel like you're tearing up or you're feeling, Aspen, sweetheart, get out of my bag. Get out of my bag, darling. She smells my peppermint gum. She's gonna knock my coffee over. When you guys feel like emotional or you start crying or whatever, their energy is within your vibrational field. And that's one of the reasons you think of them and you feel that way when you do. They're right there with you. I want to give you guys a quick little tidbit before I move on to the next reading. Especially with animals, guys, if you want to learn to, most likely you'll hear them or feel them or see them. You might feel them brush against your leg, or you might hear them barking, right? They might come to you in dreams. Shannon, your dog has actually been trying to visit you in the astral plane to comfort you. So you may or may not remember that, but trying very hard to come into your dreams as well, which is different than the astral plane. One of the things you can do if you feel that your dog is right there present, or your animals, and you're trying very hard to see them, which clairvoyance is usually the last thing people develop. Not always. Everyone has different clairs, but practice using your peripheral vision. Put your hands. I learned this from Ted Andrews, who I love. Sadly, he passed away, but start with your fingertips where you can see them. And you can see them when your head is straight, right? So you can see them with your peripheral vision, and slowly start strengthening your peripheral vision by moving your fingers back, wiggling your fingers, moving your arms back. And that is going to strengthen your peripheral vision. Your peripheral vision is often the only place or the first place that you can literally with your eyes see beyond this dimension. Okay. And I mean, I do it all the time. And you might catch a glimpse of someone or one of your pets. Often your pets will show up and you can see them visually in your peripheral, but your conscious mind will block them off from seeing the vision straight on. Okay. Yeah, Timmy, welcome. Great to see you, buddy. That's so true. Kayla, why don't you message me? That would be awesome. Thank you so much for sharing all your Aikido information, Kayla. If you'd like to just message me at larkinsreadings at gmail.com. That would be great. And that way I won't lose it in here. That would be awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. So let's see. And Shannon, I want to share this with you as well. When we, and I know this doesn't seem to make it any easier, but when we pass away in a fire, we die of asphyxiation first. We will get tired and close our eyes and fall asleep. Okay, we'll pass out, basically. Okay, so please know that. Please know that there's nothing that you could have done, and he's perfectly fine, and that it was instantaneous. Okay, once he passed out, that was it. He didn't suffer the way that you think he suffered. He lost consciousness, and that's it. And that happens to us as humans and animals. Okay, so while we are fearing that they experience the excruciating pain of burning, they don't. They lose consciousness first. And soul was already gone. Okay, his soul was already left that focus. Okay. When we are incarnated, guys, our dogs included, our being, our soul is so much. Our soul's in our body, but our body's also in our soul. So when you guys go to the light, that's you first. That's you reconnecting with your soul first. That tunnel is just you seeing your light first. That's all that is. Okay. So when your dog went unconscious, there was no coming back and suffering. Okay. Your dog was just able to watch from the outside and observe from the outside. And there's no, hey guys, there's no attachment. There's no attachment to the physical body. So the suffering was actually greater on your part. Okay. Hi, Diane. Welcome. Good to see you. Oh, you love the braids? Yes. Aren't they beautiful? That's to hold her port for her eye medication. You guys can see that. She's showing you. Awesome. Hi, Trisha Ann. Welcome. All right, guys, I'm starring you. Hold on a minute. Thank you, Perwinder. Great to see you. Stacy, hi. I miss you too, Natalie. Great to see you. All right, guys, let me scroll up here. Thank you, Shannon, for letting me read for you. Shannon, you're going to be able to connect better now and maybe even remember or connect to your dreams or the astral plane with your dog now. Okay. Please keep me posted, Shannon, because remember, I always say your relationship has not ended. It is only transformed. And don't forget, he chose his time to pass. Okay. And we don't know those reasons until we're on the other side, but it probably had a lot to do with your, sorry, I was reading something. Probably has a lot to do with what your soul wants and needs to work through and overcome. Okay. Let's see. Lou O'Connor, are you still present? I see your message, Kawezi. Lou O'Connor, are you still there? Guys, I'm always going to ask if you're there first because sometimes people get busy, they have to leave, they get bored, whatever. Hi, Michelle. And then when I start talking to them, they never even see my see my part of the live. They never come back. Hi, Nita. Good to see you. I always love seeing your name on there. But guys, please be specific on here on the online live readings. Sometimes I just do loose guidance, but please don't. If you can be specific just to help me cut down on time, that would be great. Okay. I want to get to people that need specific things because I only have limited time on here today. Yep, that's true. The sufferings from our mind. That's right, Timmy. Yes, you're here. Awesome, Timmy. Okay. As a teen, my cat lost his life due to friend's brother while I was out of the country. I didn't find about the truth for years, and I understand why this had to happen and that she didn't suffer. Please, has she reincarnated or is she still around me? Okay. Oh, good news. Oh my gosh. So sweet. Thank you, Michelle. I've got you started, honey. So let me ask you, Lou, is this the cat with short hair? Let me know if this is the one with short hair that I'm seeing. Because I have okay, Nita, gotcha. Because the one that the energy that popped up immediately that was like joyful and happy and sweet and excited, and just very playful and excited, was short hair, at least in this lifetime, short hair energy or short hair. And that's what I'm seeing as a visual. And in what I'm seeing, and she might be showing up to me when she was younger, she's nice and slim, very playful. I mean, actually running in circles and figure eights and jumping around and bouncing right now. So there's a lot of excited energy there. I know for you, it's been a long time outside of this manifested world. Come on, Aspie. If you open the door, she'll move. I hope. Hopefully she won't go out. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of they're bringing horses in, so I was like, my horse is in the way. There's a lot of excited energy there. Outside of this world, there is no space and time. So for her, it's only been this amount of time. So I just ask, why is there so much excitement if for you it's been a long time, but for her it's not been a long time? And the answer that I got is because she's celebrating for you. You've been waiting a long time. You've been wondering. And really, this is very touching. It shows her how much you really, truly loved her, how much you still love her. And she wants you to know that love is still very, very, very real. So as far as your question, it's not so much a matter of having to happen. Is that gate locked up there, guys? Yeah. Okay, thanks. it's not so much that it had to happen. I know we kind of look at it that way. Things are not set in stone, but we do give permission for them to happen ahead of time, including the animals. In this case, it was a matter of poor choices, not so much on your part, but your friend's brother's part. And humans make so many errors when it comes to non-human animals. Like if you guys knew how many animals got hurt or died because of humans, you'd be flabbergasted. And so I think that, it's not so much that it had to happen, it's that it was a sequence of events that did happen. As far as a bigger picture, having a purpose and a reason goes, look at what you've had to work through and the introspection you've had to have and actually what you're learning from the situation. Okay. You've had to deal with a lot of internal things yourself because of this. You're having to go through this now. It's made you more sensitive. It's made you more conscientious. It's made you more aware. Goody Tulane, welcome. And thank you, Kayla. I appreciate that. So this is actually, when you get back on the other side, you're going to see the bigger purpose that it has, more than I could ever explain for you. But I want to jump to this other aspect she wants me to show you. And she's sitting down now with her paws together like this, actually right next to you. I don't know if you can feel that. It would be if you were facing me on your right side. With cats especially, they have a tendency to brush up against you. They have a tendency to show up in your I can't remember the name of it. Your side vision, right? That I was trying to teach you guys to use, that now I can't remember the name of. Your peripheral vision. They tend to brush up against you. You tend to see them in flashes. I have one that walks down my hallway, runs down my hall every week. Like that's where he stays. He stays there. There's an energy there, and that's where he runs. So, but you can feel that energy on your right-hand side. Often people can hear them purring or feel their soft fur. She has always stayed there present with you. But here's a really cool thing about cats that she wants me to share with you. Okay. So yes, she is around you, first of all, not reincarnated yet. What she's saying, actually, when I first read, has she reincarnated or is still around me? Yes, she's still around you. I got that answer immediately before I even started reading for you. As soon as I read this, she told me that. The other thing is, she said, is not yet, but she is going to come back. Now, usually non-human animals only reincarnate with their same people within a lifetime, usually about 30% of the time. And cats tend to do it a lot. I mean, my uncle had a cat that came four times and passed within 6 weeks of his passing, got cancer as well and passed to leave with him. This cat came with him. This cat left with him. One of the reasons they do this is because non-human animals will bring an extension of our energy. They will literally be, they'll be in our soul family on the other side, but they help to support our energy with unconditional love. They actually literally guard our energy, especially cats. Dogs will ground us. Cats will guard our energy. So she did that, and she's continuing to do that. She's showing me that she is going to come back to you in this lifetime and reincarnate again with you as a cat, of course. She says her little paws are together, of course, as a cat. Isn't it, Michelle? They're so cute. Cats are usually the ones that push their way in and piggyback when I'm doing a reading. The dogs will show up, but they're usually a lot more polite or just enthusiastic. But the cats will just bounce right in, right? Like, hello, excuse me. And guys, I have to throw this in there. She wants me to share on behalf of cats. Cats, they seem to be loners, but don't ever think, if you have friends or family that think this, share otherwise. Cats don't like being alone. They like their space. They like to be independent, but they like having you around. They like to have that support. They like to have that security. Okay. So they're not just oh, I can have a cat and go away for a month and leave it alone in the house and it's fine. This is not true. This is why when you come back, your cats don't want you to touch them, or they're mad at you. They scratch things up or they ruin things, right? Cats want love and affection just as much as dogs. They just have a different personality. Okay. So don't ever think that, you're not neglecting a cat if you're just leaving it on its own. All right. So your cat says, yes, she will be coming back to you. And the other thing that came in very clear as soon as I read this, was you will know, you will recognize her. She will make sure you recognize her. My uncle's cat, every time that they would lose their Lubob, they would wait, a couple years or whatever, a year or two. And another cat would either show up in their life or they'd be like, okay, time to get another one. The cat was always the same color. The cat had the exact same habits. The cat went to all the same favorite places in the house. The cat knew where everything was. So there are signs, whether it be how they look you in the eye, whether, maybe their behavior is different. I mean, I've had one come back to me that, was a girl before and now is a boy, was very well behaved before and the perfect cat and now is wild. So, but there are ways you will know. And she's telling me you absolutely will know. And she's like absolutely giddy. The other thing, guys, yes, very affectionate. Well, she's being very affectionate right now. They do get lonely. Absolutely. So the thing is that, they are always dimension walkers. They, for them, like I was in the last reading, I was saying the dog that, transitioned was like, oh, I'm here and now I'm here. Yay, it feels so great. Okay, so that's what'll happen with dogs and with horses. I'm here and now I'm here. Right? With cats, it doesn't seem like a difference to them. Okay? Like they know they're going and they're conscientious of you and what you're going through. But for them, it's kind of the same place, little different jargon, right? It would be like, at home, you're inside and now you're outside, but you're still home. That's how it is for a cat. They're absolutely magical. When they're in this world, they're dimension walking. When they're out of this world, they're dimension walking. So the only real difference is that the physical body is not physical. We're 99.999% space, right? So if your brain wasn't filling in the holes, you'd see right through me. I'm transparent. I can't really clap my hands. My hands never really touch. It's an illusion that I feel them clapping, right? We know this. This is science. This is quantum physics. So we also know that the physical body comes from a particular vibrational frequency of our energy body vibrating. So the only reason you seem physical is because of how and the speed at which your energy body vibrates. When your physical body dies, quote unquote, all that's happening is the frequency is changing. It was unable to maintain whatever was going on in the vibrational frequency, whether it be a disease or a fire, or you were hit by a car, or you were shot, or you were run over by a car, whatever it was, changed that frequency, right? Your body could no longer sustain you. And so when that frequency shifts, all that happens is the aspect of you that is engaging in the physical has to leave. It departs. And then there's that's why that we see it as, okay, so the body's decomposing or whatever. But what's really happening is that vibrational frequency has left. And so what makes that physical body is nothing but vibrational frequency. So I tell you this because when I say cats are magical and they can transcend worlds, they really can. They can see through other dimensions. They come and go. So regardless of what they go through, even if it's pain here in the physical body, that transition is literally just like them stepping out the door. Okay. And hopefully this helps. Let's see. Yes, I see the eyes and the pink nose. Absolutely. And I see the white on her. The energy that was actually coming from her though, Lou, was calico energy. Okay. So maybe she didn't have any of the orange and the black on her, but the energy was a calico energy. So I don't know if that means she's going to come back to you as a calico, but the calico energy is very smart. It's quick thinking. It's playful. It's cuddly. It's affectionate. It's super curious. And that is her energy. And that's the energy that will be coming back to you. Okay. Hi, Stacia. Welcome. All right. So, Lou, thank you for letting me read for you. Please know that she is present with you. The more you talk and interact and acknowledge with her, the more obvious that will become to you. Psychic abilities are only, we all have them. It is only recognizing the subtleties. What is obvious to me, you might completely miss if that's not something that you've practiced. But it doesn't mean that those loved ones are not still there. So if you are sit in silence or stillness, or you take a walk, you might feel the brushing of her against your leg. You might notice that she's popped up to you in a dream. You might hear the purring, right? Or feel her licking your hand. You guys can feel that yourself, but you have to trust it when you feel it, and you have to trust the subtleties, right? This is why we will often say, oh my gosh, like we need to be alone or we need to be in silence, because the material world, like I'm very sensitive to sounds. I don't like super loud sounds because I'm used to hearing sounds that most people don't hear, right? So when I hear super loud sounds, it irritates me. Okay. So you guys can sort of strengthen that sensitivity to yourself as well. Okay. You're welcome, Lou. Thank you for tuning in. She will visit you in dreams in the astral plane as well. So just keep that connection. Let's see. You said I have practiced, but when I got sick, they went. You're healing. Okay. So they didn't actually go. They don't go anywhere. Practice will make them stronger. The illusion of like loved ones visiting or not, spirit guides, angels visiting or not, our abilities coming and going, they don't, they're there. It's our mindset and our perception that makes the shift. Okay. So just keep that in mind and be okay with it. Guys, it happens to me too. Sometimes, things are super strong for me. Sometimes they're not so strong. Sometimes you're going through something where you're sick or you're struggling or you're suffering, and maybe your abilities aren't going to be as strong, and be okay with that. They'll come back. They haven't gone anywhere. It's just us. Okay. You're the same with loud sounds, Sia. Yeah. It's important to be aware of that. You're welcome, Lou. Thank you for joining me today. Guys, don't forget to like this or comment on it so that more people can find what's going on here. So more people can find Veronica's page. If you want to follow me and you want to join my Monday, Wednesday, or Friday broadcasts or meet your spirit guides, the link to my Facebook page is right down here. Okay. And I have a YouTube page as well. All right. Don't forget, guys, meet your spirit guides is May 30th. I only have a couple spots left. Isn't that sweet, Michelle? All right. Let's see here, guys. I'm going to star you. So when I'm back, guys, on Monday, if you don't get a reading today, and again, I'm sorry I can't stay on for hours on end, guys. If you don't get a reading today, I will be back with Angels in Action on Monday. That includes animal readings. So if you didn't get an animal reading today, which next Friday, this will be just animal readings. But if you come back on Monday and you didn't get your animal reading, I'll try to get to you then as well. Okay. Let's see. I've got you starred too, Kayla. All right. Let me scroll up here real quick. Oh gosh, guys. So many of you I want to get to, and I can only stay on a little bit longer. Okay. I want to see. Michelle, because I was trying to get to you a week ago Wednesday and I ended up with a migraine, I never got back on. So I want to quick hop on for you for a second. Let's see. So Michelle, so here's the thing. I've been talking, to spirit about your mom actually since we were on here last Wednesday. And the thing is, and I'm sorry about this, Michelle, because I feel like every time I talk to you, there's something more, right? I feel like every time I've worked with you, there's something more that needs to happen from your guys' end. And I apologize for that, but I am just telling you exactly what I get. And for your mom, with how she's feeling and how she struggles, this is really a combination of reading work and psychology and mindset work. And the truth of the matter is that your mom has a history of lifestyle and habits that have led her to the unhappiness and the difficulty and the struggle that she's having now. And what they're showing me is she needs to be guided to some major changes in order to really feel relief. I'm being shown that there's a lot of forgiveness that needs to happen on her part, self-forgiveness, forgiveness for others and for circumstances that need to happen, because a lot of her struggle is not letting go, and she is stagnant. Her energy, her mentality, and her emotions are stagnant. When we have stagnancy or pent up anger or fear is anger, depression is anger. Okay. When we have that, we can't move forward. And so it's very important that if your mom really wants to make a shift, you are going to need to find support for her to really get out of her comfort zone. It's going to have to be acknowledgement, acceptance, and forgiveness. There is no, yes, will medication and therapy and counseling help? Yes, sure. That can help relieve symptoms. But what's going to be really vital, Michelle, for your mom, just like in coaching situations that you and I discussed in the past, it took decades for your mom to get where she is. And it's going to take some time and a process for her to get out of where she is. So as much as I would love with all my heart to be able to say something magical from her spirit guides or her angels or her loved ones to say, here's the solution, they're showing me the solution. And the solution is she is going to have to take steps to create transformation. She is a habit of being in struggle now. And so she's going to have to take steps for transformation, not just change, if she really wants to break free. I'm being shown that she can do that. She can still do that. The older we get, the less likely it is that we do that. So if she wants to do it, she needs to do it now. She needs to take the steps. She needs to hold your hand. She needs to cry it out. She needs to go through whatever pain it is to walk through that burning door to get out of the house. Okay. And, personally, I think we should go beyond just doing this psychology work. That's just my opinion. I think we need to go into the mindset work. I think we need to, in her case, we need to get free of the mind. We need to go a step beyond, because when you're trying to put out a fire with fire, that fire doesn't go out. And so I think she needs to go to the next level, and she needs to do this acceptance and this surrender and this forgiveness from a place of beyond the mind. I think if you could take her to something that's like an Eckhart Tolle seminar, start getting her to listen to Eckhart Tolle videos, get her the power of now. When a person realizes that they are the observer behind their thoughts instead of their thoughts themselves, they do that all the time. They stop suffering, because the only one that can suffer is the mind. Okay. Her soul can't suffer. So I hope that this helps. I hope that you will take this to her, that you will repeat this. I hope that you will share this with her, that you will take action on this. I have never known spirit to guide me wrong. But the question is, what will she do with it? What will she do with this? That's the question. Okay. So I hope that helps, and I'll be on again Monday if you guys want to connect further. Okay. You understand? Okay. She's working with me. Good. Taking my advice. Yes. So now, Michelle, you can take what you got here, right? And take her advice, help guide her, which you haven't done yet either, right? Because you left my program. You didn't even finish working with me. So are you going to expect her to work with you when you didn't even finish working with me, right? I'm not nailing you. I'm not being nasty. I'm being very real with you. So you can't expect her to do something you didn't do. So I would, if I were you, I would go get the power of now. It might be very boring, but I would get that and I would start recognizing the observer behind the thoughts. Both of you do it together, because the true liberation of struggling in depression comes from getting free of the mind. And Eckhart Tolle is the master of that in this world. Okay. And then you can come talk to me more later. All right. Yes. All right, guys. I hope that helps, Michelle. Come back and see me again Monday. Okay. All right, guys. I got a couple more minutes and then I got a book out, but I'll be back then on Monday. Isn't he doing so good with the halter? He's doing so helpful. You should have seen me yesterday. I'm on a live, so I can't tell you now, but you should have seen me yesterday. Okay. All right. I see ya, Kaweezy buddy. I see ya. Hold on, guys. I'm scrolling up here. All right. Trish Ann, are you still there? Guys, I got time for a couple more, and then you'll have to wait to see me on Monday. Don't forget, if you want to join Meet Your Spirit Guides, you need to either email larkinsreadings@gmail.com and say Spirit Guides, and I'll send you the information, or you can private message me. But I have very limited spaces left. If you guys, it's absolutely free event, but I only have a couple spaces left. Okay. Guys, if you don't get a reading from your pets today, you can always show up Monday. I do animal readings on regular days. Let's see, Trish Ann, let's see if you're there. And then Kaweezy, hang in there, buddy. Hi, Carol. Great to see you. Trish Ann, are you still there? Let me know, girl. Hi, Rosie. All right, hold on a second here. All right. Whee. Okay. Oh, good luck. It should be easy. If you grab Tempe, or yeah, they're treat suckers. Once he's in, they're kind of game. Oh, goody Tulane, your 1-year-old puppy. That's wonderful. All right, hold on, guys. I'm scrolling up here for what I need to see if Trish Ann is here. Did you show back up, Trish Ann? I know you are, Kaweezy. I wanted to see if Trish Ann was there first. It looks like she popped off. Shoot. Well, hopefully she'll come back on. Sorry, guys. Hopefully, just check my psychic medium page this weekend so you'll see what my schedule is. I should finally start to have a schedule. Let's see. Nita, while I'm scrolling up here to Kaweezy's, I want to just say, like, guys, I've got to say this about relationships, and I'm not going to say yes or no, Nita. Instead, I'm being told what you need to do. What you need to do. You guys, readings need to evolve. Okay. It's not, will I be in a relationship soon? You're asking the wrong question. It's, what do I need to shift to be in my ideal relationship? You manifest who and what you are. And most of you are asking the wrong questions. I had to learn this too. It's not, will I be in a relationship soon? I could answer that. I could say, sure, next month you're going to be in a relationship. Maybe it's not the one you want. Maybe it's going to be hell. Whatever relationship you'll be in right now will be a match for who and what you are. So many times, if we're not in a relationship that we want to be in, we're not the person we want to be. We're not the person we need to be in the relationship that we want. So the real question is, who do I need to be to attract the relationship that I'm really wanting. Because if you don't have that right now, that means you're not being the person that you need to be for the relationship that you are idealizing. Okay? That you're really wanting. And it's as simple as that. So I would listen to this over and over. I would write that down. Yeah, not only does it make sense, it's how the universe works. It's how everything works. If you don't have the money you want, you're not the person that's a vibrational match to the money you want. If you don't have the job you want, you're not the match. You have to be the match. You cannot break universal law and expect to get what you want. The other thing is you need to stop wanting it. You need to be grateful for what you do have and who you are. You need to be grateful for the fact that you trust the universe that it's coming. Right? Because as Abraham Hicks says, every subject is two subjects. So as soon as you want something, you are acknowledging that you don't have it. That is equally as strong as the wanting it, which is why wanting something gets you the opposite of what you want. Yes, you have to be clear about what you want, and then you have to be grateful and let go of the feeling of wanting. Right now, you want it badly, and you're not a match for what it is you want. So you have two factors going against you. Adjust those two factors, and you'll have your relationship. That's the real answer. Okay? I hope that helps. All right. Kayla. It's Larkin's readings at gmail.com, Kayla. Larkin's readings at gmail.com. And yes, absolutely, he's around you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. It is the truth. That is the truth. Absolutely the truth. Here, I'll put this on here. Hold on, Kaweezy. Let's see. Gmail. If you want to do meet your spirit guides, guys, it's hopefully I sent that right. It's Larkin's readings at gmail.com. Okay. At spirit.com is great, but that's not my email. Okay. All right. So let me see here. Guys, there's so many I want to get to. I know I always say I'm going to get this and it's hard. Oh, you can close her door, please, and give her a treat. She's put herself in there for dinner. How perfect. Good girl, Aspie. There you go, Robert. There's a treat. I love when she does it. She loves you guys. All right, my horse just put herself in her stall. So guys, I will try to get on though and answer you whatever I don't get to here, okay? Let's see. All right, Kaweezy, hold on, buddy. I'm scrolling up there to find it. You're still chilling? I wish I was chilling. All right. You're welcome, Nita. Keep me posted. You got, guys, you got to change how you feel. It's how you feel. All right. So let's see here. Kaweezy, I'm going to get to you next. All right. My dog has been diagnosed with cancer. So upsetting. Oh, that's tough. Yeah, so that's real tough. Rosie, I've had 5 dogs pass of cancer and it's unbearable. But keep in mind a couple things. Number one, they don't have the same mentality about it that you have. So while they might end up struggling physically and that, they don't have the mental and emotional anguish you have at all. They just keep doing their best. You're the one that's like, oh my God, I may only have this much time left. Oh my God, I've got pressure to make these decisions. Oh my gosh, am I doing the right thing? You're the one that goes through the mental and emotional hell, not your dog. Okay, so keep that in mind. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of peace. Okay. The other thing is you really need to learn to follow your intuition on this. Follow your intuition. Trust your gut feeling. If you don't agree with a doctor, get a second opinion. Okay. Don't rush into anything. Don't let your vets push you into anything. You follow your intuition and you get second opinions. Okay. And you listen to your dog because your dog will know. Like your dog will know if and when what you need to do. Here, Angie. Oh, you need it. Okay. Your dog will know what to do. Good girl, Tempe. Yep. Thank you very much, ma'am. This one's for Micah. Don't leave me. I'm coming back to the screen. Boy. How unprofessional could I be? Okay. So, anyway, you need to learn to follow your intuition. That means telling the difference between your mind, your thoughts, and your intuition, which is the voice of your soul. That intuition is the part that listens to what your animal has to say, right? That's the part that can hear what your animal has to say and translates it. All right. So that's what you need to be working on. If you want to learn more about that, I have an Awakening Your Intuition program. But right now, you just need to be really connecting, be quiet, like internally quiet, still your mind as much as you can. The first thing that pops in your mind is your intuition or what your dog is telling you. Your dog will lead the way. Your dog will tell you. Your dog will know. Okay, so that's who you need to be following. I hope that that helps. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right, let's see here. Thank you, Carol. All right, guys. Kweezy, I'm going to get you, buddy. Let me scroll up and see where I had you starred. And then don't forget, if you guys didn't get a reading today, come find me Monday. You can like and follow my Psychic Medium page. I'll have my schedule on there. Kweezy, I'm looking for, I started a couple of yours and I'm looking for it right now. Wait a second here. Happy Friday. Okay. All is well, Kim. Thank you so much. All right. I'm sorry? Another one? Okay. Check it out. I thought I felt a sting there yesterday, a stinger on the top one. I thought it was smaller. Isn't it smaller? Not smaller than it was? Oh. It's really hard. All right. Of course, it's the weekend. All right. Kweezy, I'm just looking for yours, buddy. I know you're there. I'm looking for the messages of yours I had starred. You had a rough couple days. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Hey, mom was in the hospital for a week. She was in ICU. They moved her from ICU to her own room. Her calcium and blood pressure was high. They said she might have cancer, but the other doctor said she don't have it. So she's out of the hospital today. Yes, absolutely. So yeah. So your dad, yes, absolutely. Your dad is there and present. Absolutely. A lot of this is, you know, there's a lot of things going on, Kweezy, for you and for you and your mom, and a lot of a soul and energetic connection right now with you guys struggling through things together, with you having to be there to go through this with her. And there's a lot of vibrational energy changes and shifts going on in regards to that. So a lot of this is really, remember, obstacles are opportunities. So a lot of this is an opportunity for you guys to connect, for you guys to be on a different level together. Okay. And I know you can't see that right now, but that's what's actually going on. Your dad is aware of that. Your grandma's aware of that. They're there. Just keep talking to them and asking their support and advice. Okay. When you pray it as though it's already done, with the gratitude that it is already done. Okay. The healing and well-being that you're wanting. Kayla, that beautiful creature behind you is, you won't believe this, Kayla, Jasper. That's Jasper. So for those of you who wondered when Kayla asked, is Jasper still with me? Here she shows up on my live. Here's my horse Jasper, who just stuck his head out for her. If you want to know if your Jasper's still with you, there's my Jasper. Okay. Couldn't be more obvious of a, yeah, I'm here. He's been here with you for an hour. Okay. An hour and 10 minutes. All right, guys. Guys, I love you so much. I'll go back. I'll check comments. I'll try to respond to you. If you want to follow my lives next week, it's Larkin Psychic Medium page is down here. If you want mindset coaching or a free discovery call, that's on my Powerful Choices Awareness Network page. Also, I'll be back Monday, Wednesday, and Friday next week for readings. You can check my schedule on the Psychic Medium page there. Yeah, Jasper's he's one of my cowboy horses. He's a boy. He's a gelding. And let's see. Yeah, isn't that cute? So I will see you guys then. I do have to take off today. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm going to send your loved ones and spirit teams with you, and I will see you all on Monday. Have a great night, everyone.